1. 2 out of every 5 people on Earth today owe their lives to the higher crop outputs that fertilizer has made possible. 2. Students deserve great teachers, and teachers deserve the support they need to become great. 3. Innovation is a good thing. The human condition, put aside bioterrorism and a few footnotes, is improving because of innovation. 4. Drones overall will be more impactful than I think people recognize, in positive ways to help society. 5. Vision without execution is daydreaming. 6. If you take from the most wealthy and give to the least wealthy, it's good. It starts to balance out. 7. Depending on where you live, cooking, sex, and pooping are either 3 of life's pleasures or what kills you. 8. Headlines, in a way, are what mislead you because bad news is a headline, and gradual improvement is not. 9. We are not even close to finishing the basic dream of what the PC can be. 10. We're at the point now where the challenge isn't how to communicate effectively with email. It's ensuring that you spend your time on the email that matters most. 11. Like a human being, a company has to have an internal communication mechanism, a nervous system, to coordinate its actions. 2. When I was in college, for the games of that era, I was as hardcore as anyone was. I wouldn't say I outgrew it, but you always have to have a finite number of addictions. 13. The first rule of any technology used in a business is that automation applied to an efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. The second is that automation applied to an inefficient operation will magnify the inefficiency. 14. Philanthropy is fun and fulfilling. 15. I don't generally read a lot of fiction. 6. When you want to do your homework, fill out your tax return, or see all the choices for a trip you want to take, you need a full-size screen. 17. 3D is a way of organizing things, particularly as we're getting much more media information on the computer. A lot more choices, a lot more navigation than we've ever had before. 18. I think any statement about stock prices is always suspect unless it's made by Warren Buffett. 19. A first-generation fortune is the most likely to be given away, but once a fortune is inherited, it's less likely that a very high percentage will go back to society. 20. I definitely think leaving kids massive amounts of money is not a favor to them. 21. The first 5 years have so much to do with how the next 80 turn out. 22. I'm not somebody who goes to church on a regular basis. The specific elements of Christianity are not something I'm a huge believer in. 23. Climate change is a terrible problem, and it absolutely needs to be solved. It deserves to be a huge priority. 24. If you are low income in the United States, you have a higher chance of going to jail than getting a 4-year degree. 25. There is a certain responsibility that accrued to me when I got to this unexpected position. 26. Vaccination is one of the easiest things on the way to development. It's much easier than roads and a great education system. It's very basic. It's one of the first things you want to get right. 27. I have a particular relationship with Vinod Khosla because he's got a lot of very interesting science-based energy startups. 28. I don't think you're as capable of handling lack of sleep or whatever challenges you throw at your body as you get older. However, I never missed a day of work. 29. The power of capitalism to mediate the gap between rich and poor is pretty incredible. Indeed, I think, year by year, the gap gets less. 30. The Ebola epidemic can serve as an early warning wake-up call to get ready. If we start now, we can be ready for the next epidemic.